Hey. So I have a couple of updates from this morning's live and also an update from the other day as well. And basically, it's about the paramedic and also the doctor that performed the autopsy, Dr. Renee Galvin. Okay. So first, I'm going to play the phone call of me trying to get a hold of Mavi, and that's how you pronounce her name, the paramedic. Is Mavi. So I was saying maybe it's Mavi. So I forgot who told me that it's probably pronounced Mavi, and exactly that's what it's pronounced. So I'm going to play that, but just to give people a little bit more time to get here. I know it's this time of day, but I'm going to go ahead and go over a few other things before I play the phone call. That way people won't get here late and wonder what's going on. So let's see. The question I had was, are the paramedics volunteers or are they paid? And the response was that they have volunteers and they also have paid workers. So they have EMTs that are paid and also volunteers. However, both have to be trained. And the training is, I think they said 1 year. Okay. So that answers the question. They do have volunteer paramedics and as well as paid paramedics. And then paid paramedics get paid every 15 days. And it says National School of Emergency Medical Technicians. The School of Emergency Medical Technicians is in charge of training highly trained professionals in pre-hospital care with a humanitarian and voluntary approach to prevent and mitigate human suffering and safeguard health. The graduates are professionals of excellence, supportive, discipline, and of great ethical integrity, with a vocation for service to the community, committed to the highest quality healthcare and the well-being of all Mexicans. The emergency medical technician is capable of identifying, evaluating, and intervening in emergency medical situations and safeguarding life and preventing subsequent injuries based on the knowledge, abilities, skills, and aptitudes acquired during their training. Mission of the emergency medical technician: provide quality pre-hospital care, safeguarding the health and integrity of the person through techniques and ethical values that favor life. Vision of the emergency medical technician: to be a technical professional in pre-hospital care, humanistic, cooperative, with an efficient attitude and aptitude in operation, teaching, and research to safeguard the health and life of human beings, being supported by technology in close collaboration with other professionals under medical supervision. Keep going. Global competition. Let's see. The medical emergency technician is competent to identify, evaluate, and intervene in emergency situations in our medical emergencies to safeguard life and prevent subsequent injuries based on the knowledge, abilities, and skills and attitudes required, using technology for this purpose, enforce respecting the dignity, customs, and beliefs of the users, working with the multidisciplinary health team. Competent for theoretical, practical foundations on pre-hospital care, as well as for evaluating risk situations specific to the environment and the patient that endanger life, an organ or a function, and that require urgent and or emergency medical attention. Methodological competence, competent to apply the clinical, scientific, educational, documentary, and administrative method for the management of protocolized pre-hospital medical care, as well as for carrying out activities of operation of medical emergency systems, research and teaching, interpersonal competence. So it's basically all the skills that you have to have in the United States for like to be an EMT. Okay, competent to work as a team with commitment, responsibility, and respect according to ethical values, taking care of the integrity of the beneficiaries according to nationally and internationally valid knowledge and procedures validated under medical direction, contextual competence. So let me see. Let me go down because it's basically all the skills and requirements for an EMT. Interest: human, scientific, academic, of continuous training, of help to the population, and perseverance for the study, for effective communication and teamwork. And it says graduation profile: the medical emergency technician responds to a current need, integrates current values, measures the field of practice of pre-hospital care, correlates pre-hospital care with the emergency care system and the national health system. Entry requirements. Now, this is requirements. To enter the emergency medical technician career, the following is required: accredited upper secondary education in the national education system or its equivalent, availability of time, availability of mobility for transfer to carry out practices that require it, minimum age 18 years old and meet the requirements of the call. Graduation requirements: it says complete 100% of the program with a minimum passing grade of 8. And then they also have an agenda. So she said it's like a year, and as you can see, they have the module and the theme. So they have the first aid, basic first aid, like a module, and then EMS systems, medical, legal, and ethical aspects. Let me go back up. They have principles of pharmacology, patient evaluation, airway management, BLS, resuscitation, clinical patient overview. They basically have all the things about respiratory emergencies, cardiovascular emergencies, neurological. They have everything. Gastrointestinal, urological, toxicology, overview of trauma, module 7, bleeding, face and neck injuries, head and spine injuries, abdominal, and I don't know what that is. So abdominal and orthopedic injuries. So basically everything. They go through a lot of the same training as all paramedics and EMTs. Lifting and mobilization of patients, transport operations, vehicle extraction and special rescues, incident management, response to terrorism and disaster management. And then module 10, assistance to VAS. And I don't know what that's abbreviated or acronym for. Okay, so let me go ahead and play the phone. That's so basically, even if you're a volunteer, you still have to complete this training. And if you get paid, which is every 15 days, you still have to complete this training. So all the paramedics are trained. So earlier I said that some are volunteers, but that doesn't mean they still have to complete training, even though they are just a volunteer. Now, as for the two that were on that call that went to for SHANQUELLA, I do not know if they are paid or not paid because I have not spoken to them or asked that question yet. Okay, but I'm going to play a call because I finally found a number after so many numbers. Oh my gosh, I kid you not. After so many numbers I've been calling, I finally found a number so I can get a hold of Mavi, which is the paramedic that I mentioned the other day. So if you missed that video, you need to catch up because this is not a refresher video. This video is a continuation of previous videos. I have a playlist, so make sure you actually catch up with the playlist I have because each video builds off of the last one. Some people are here, they already know what I'm talking about. They already know about who Mavi is. They already know who Geo is. They already know who Lucy is. They already know who all these people are. So if you don't know who all these people are, you have to catch up. Okay. So let's go ahead and play the phone call of me trying to get a hold of Mavi. And then after that, we are going to move on to the next thing, which is Dr. Valero, who is the criminal investigator, forensic medical examiner, going over the credentials and qualifications for performing an autopsy in Mexico. Okay. And again, he is the one that's the expertise and the expert. He's given his opinion and his evaluation based on when he looked up Dr. Renee. So as people are like, oh, that's just your opinion, that you're not a medical examiner, you're not an expert. Exactly. That's why I brought Dr. Valero on my channel. He is the one that said this information. I'm just telling y'all what he said. And I said I clipped that out of the first interview because I wasn't ready to put that out. Now today I am going to play that interview, that portion of the interview that I removed the first time because I wanted to look more into it. But now that I saw Gerardo posting that picture outside of the state attorney's office, that's when I decided to go ahead and put out both of these things today. So yeah, so let's go ahead and play the first call, and then I'll go to comments.
Buenos días.
Yes, for training, do you have to have a license or can you volunteer?
Un momento. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, can I help you?
To be a paramedic, do you have to have training or license or can you volunteer?
Yeah, we have some paramedics and our volunteers. What can I do for you? Hello.
Yes. So how do you sign up to be a volunteer paramedic?
Sorry, I can't hear you. Can you say hello?
Yes.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Yes. How do you sign up to be a volunteer paramedic? Yes. Can you hear me?
Very slowly. Can you speak aloud, please?
How can you sign up to be a volunteer paramedic?
You have to do the paramedic school. We also have here, it's a year, and then they can be a volunteer.
Okay, so you get paid for it or just volunteer?
We have two. Some are volunteers and they don't have any pay, and we also have workers, and they receive a little money.
Okay. And
Every 15 days.
And do you have like a head trainer? Like, is Maybe there?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Yes. Is Maybe there?
Maybe no, only paramedic.
No, Maybe Jordan. She's a paramedic.
Maybe what?
Maybe Graciano.
Oh my God, I can hear you.
I don't know why.
Hello.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Hello.
Maybe Graciano.
Maybe what?
Her name is Maybe Graciano.
Maybe. Yes, but it's pronounced Mavi.
Oh, Mavi. I'm sorry.
Mavi.
Yeah,
Can
Mavi.
you talk to her?
Yeah, I need to speak to Mavi.
What can I do for you? Mavi is not here right now, but I can give you your message.
Okay, well, can you tell Mavi? Tell Mavi to check her Facebook page. I sent her a message on Facebook. So can you tell her to check her Facebook Messenger?
Okay. Do you have any phone number? Maybe forgive her and she can talk to you.
Yeah, she can call me back on this number.
Can you tell me, please, because the phone is not working.
Okay. Yes, she can call me at 9
What's your name?
Daniela.
Daniela?
Yes.
Okay.
And she can also check her Facebook.
Any kind of message for her?
No, just to check. She can check her Facebook or call me back at this number.
Okay.
All right. Gracias.
I give you your message, all right?
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, I'm going to play it again. Okay, so basically just telling me that, as I said before, that you can be a volunteer or you can get paid. And it's every 15 days. That the name is actually pronounced Mavi, not maybe. I keep saying maybe. It's Mavi. And what else? That's pretty much it. So I'm going to play it again. And also, I'm going to, if she calls my phone or texts messenger, let me get my phone while I play this. I will let y'all know. And for those that don't know, Mavi is the one that is on the unofficial police report as a paramedic, and possibly the heavier set person that's in the Gerardo's photo that he posted. Hold on 1 second. And I don't know why she couldn't hear me, but I guess the connection was off or whatever. I am calling Mexico, so I don't know why she couldn't hear me. So I would just try to take it off speaker and just keep repeating the same information. Yes, for training, do you have to have a license or can you volunteer?
Un momento. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, can I help you?
To be a paramedic, do you have to have training or license or can you volunteer?
Yeah, we have some paramedics and our volunteers. What can I do for you? Hello?
Yes. So how do you sign up to be a volunteer paramedic?
Sorry, I can't hear you. Can you say hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Yes. How do you sign up to be a volunteer paramedic? Yes. Can you hear me?
Very slowly. Can you speak aloud, please?
How can you sign up to be a volunteer paramedic?
You have to do the paramedic school. We also have here, it's a year, and then they can be a volunteer.
Okay, so you get paid for it or just volunteer?
We have some are volunteers and they don't have any pay, and we also have workers and they receive a little money.
Okay, and
Every 15 days.
And do you have like a head trainer? Like, is maybe there?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Yes. Is maybe there?
Maybe no, only paramedic.
No, maybe Jordan. She's a paramedic.
Maybe what?
Maybe Graciano.
Oh my God, I can hear you.
I don't know why.
Hello.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Hello.
Maybe Graciano.
Maybe what?
Her name is maybe Graciano.
maybe. Yes, but it's pronounced Mavi.
Oh, Mavi. I'm sorry.
Mavi.
Yeah,
Do you need to
Mavi.
talk to her?
Yeah, I need to speak to Mavi.
Uh-huh. What can I do for you? Mavi is not here right now, but I can give you your message.
Okay, well, can you tell Mavi? Tell Mavi to check her Facebook page. I sent her a message on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
So can you tell her to check her Facebook Messenger?
Okay. Do you have any phone number? Maybe forgive her and she can talk to you.
Yeah, she can call me back on this number.
Can you tell me, please? Because the phone is not working.
Okay. Yes, she can call me at 9.
What's your name?
Daniela.
Daniela?
Yes.
Okay.
And she can also check her Facebook.
Any kind of message for her?
No, just to check. She can check her Facebook or call me back at this number.
Okay.
All right. Gracias.
I give you your message, all right?
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, for those who don't know, this is Mavi, and if you saw Gerardo's pictures, most likely she's the heavier set one standing up. I thought it was actually a male, but it's actually a female. And she's also on the unofficial police report, but catch up on our other video to catch up on that, on who she is. So if she returns my phone call or checks her Facebook, I will let y'all know. Y'all know I will let y'all know as soon as I can, as soon as she does. Okay. So now let's go ahead and move on to the second update, which is, so basically with that, let me rewind. I have a number now to where I can get a hold of her. Remember before I could not get a hold of her because I kept calling that. I called that other number when I kept talking to that guy. He said he know English. I called some other numbers today, and then finally, like, oh my gosh, I finally got this number. So I finally have a contact number for Mavi. Yay. About time. Oh my gosh. So I have the contact number for her now. And where they are, how you can get a hold of those paramedics. So that's the good news. So let me go ahead and play the video now of Gerardo. Wait, not Gerardo. Dr. Valero, who I brought onto my channel previously with Don the Rabbit Hole News, who she was my translator. This is the clip I did not play. There's two clips I didn't play. One I'm going to play today, and another one I'll play at a later time when it's kind of heavy, and I don't want to put that out now. This one right here I will play today. This clip, okay? D. Rusher, thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Thanks, girl, for supporting the channel. And yes, we appreciate it, Hunty. Okay. Yeah, Anisha Blackwell, good investigation. Child, girl. Woo, child. Y'all just don't know. I'm about to throw my phone. Like all these ringing and being on hold and the music and the beeping. I'm just like, but then like, oh my gosh, finally I got a hold of somebody that speaks English, and she was also able to be reached at that number. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the next clip. So this is Mavi. Hey, Marie. And again, if she checks her Facebook and writes me back, I doubt it. We will see. If she calls my number back, we will see, and we will see. But something tells me she won't. But now that I have a good number, I'm going to be calling back again if I don't hear from her. right? At a different time. At a different time, so I can see if I can catch her. Like a Pokemon, you know? Well, not Pokemon, but okay. So, yeah, let me play. So this is the, let me press pause. This is, if you didn't watch my morning live, watch the morning live, because this is a continuation from my morning live. Where is it? This is the death certificate, not autopsy, like some people keep saying. It's a death certificate. Do I have a better picture? Let me see. Oops. Let's see if I have a better picture. It's not showing. Well, on my end, it's not showing. Okay. I'll just use this one. Fine, fine, fine. Okay, so let me go ahead and zoom in. Okay, on line 37, pay attention, on line 37, it says certified by forensic doctor. This is the label, classification, occupation, okay? Job title, forensic doctor. And it says line 38, name, Renee A. Galvin, okay? Osagura, Aguero, okay? And then it has the license number. I show all this information earlier, and I also show a database that had his license information. So catch up on my morning live to catch up on that. So basically, I'm going to play a clip of Dr. Valero, who is a forensic medical examiner and criminal investigator, who has the professional license for criminology or credentials for criminology and also legal medicine. He's going to explain his opinion of his evaluation of Dr. Renee Galvin Osagura, who is on this, that did the autopsy for SHANQUELLA, okay? And then my question to him, you'll be able to hear it. So let me go ahead and play that. I did email him, and I have like an email exchange, but then I was like, why not just play the old clip of him talking about it? So that's more thorough. So let me go ahead and play the clip. And again, follow Donna Rabbit Hole News because she's my translator. And let's get to it. But this is just who he is. I have not found him like to have an image or a picture of him. And it's kind of really unnecessary because he's not really like the one that is under investigation or has any, I would say, guilt or wrongdoing. He's just the one that did the autopsy. Just like Elizabeth at the funeral home, there's no need to post them. Okay, so
he wants to talk a little bit about the autopsy. Go ahead. Sígale.
Por ejemplo, esta es una información que yo investigué en relación a, por ejemplo, quién hizo específicamente la necropsia médico-legal de SHANQUELLA. El nombre está descrito dentro del certificado de defunción. Sé perfectamente que quien emite el certificado de defunción es el doctor René Adalberto Galvano Ceguera y tiene un número que es su cédula profesional. Este médico Y ahí entra más controversia todavía, y eso es la tristeza de la que yo hablo en relación a las pobres investigaciones. Este médico es un médico cirujano. Eso quiere decir que es un médico general.
Oh, entonces no es especialista
No es forense.
Oh my God.
Yo
Dani,
soy médico cirujano, pero aparte tengo especialidad en medicina legal,
okay.
especialidad en medicina forense y tengo título y cédula profesional para poder ejercer.
Okay,
El médico que
necesito
hace la
explicarle
necropsia,
esto a esta
sí, sí, sí,
muchacha. Déjeme
sí.
decirle, Danny, so he's saying there's more controversy that maybe some people haven't really looked into this, but he said he has the autopsy report. He says, I look at the name, the doctor, his name is René. ¿Cómo se llama? René.
René Adalberto Galvano Ceguera, o
Okay. He
Ceguera.
says the licensing number is behind that. This specific doctor isn't for, say, autopsies. You have to go through a specialty training to do an autopsy on a body. He's a medical surgeon. That's all this doctor is that did the autopsy on Shanquella.
Repeat that again.
Yeah. Okay. Ya ve, me está haciendo que lo repite porque también capté lo que dijo y dije, déjeme repetírselo, se lo voy a repetir de nuevo. The doctor listed on the autopsy report is a medical surgeon. In order for you to do autopsies in Mexico, you need other specialties, right? Another type of certificate or some level of training. He said in his licensing, he's only registered as a medical as a surgeon. That's all. Not in forensics, not in anything like that. So you had a regular doctor basically do. Dice médico cirujano.
Médico cirujano.
¿Qué es lo, which is what he is, okay? Usted es un médico cirujano, ¿verdad?
Sí, pero tengo especialidad en
But he has
medicina forense.
specialties in addition, right? ¿Usted puede hacer una autopsia?
Sí.
He can do an autopsy, but the doctor that's registered in this autopsy report cannot. So el doctor René, él no puede hacer autopsias.
La fiscalía puede nombrarte médico legista para que hagas autopsias, pero la ley es muy clara. Por eso decía hace rato, una cosa es la ley y una cosa es la realidad. Aquí nosotros tenemos un Código Nacional de Procedimientos Penales, que es una ley, y en el artículo, voy a dar el artículo exacto, que es el artículo 369.
Article 309, sígale.
Dice que las personas que realizan un dictamen, la necropsia es un dictamen, es un procedimiento que se convierte en un documento. Ese documento se llama dictamen, que es una opinión. Toda persona que emita un dictamen debe de tener título oficial en la materia en la cual dictamina. Y él dictamina en materia médico-forense. Tan es así que en el certificado de defunción, él pone que es médico forense sin serlo. Y eso es usurpación de profesión, eso es un delito.
Ay, Dios mío.
Entonces,
Oh my God. Estoy
el problema
procesando
es
la
que
información, señor.
esa,
Sígale.
esa información es, eso pasa mucho en México. Es como si yo como médico cirujano ahorita hiciera cesáreas, hiciera cirugía cardiovascular, hiciera necropsias, hiciera estudios ginecológicos, partos, operaría del cerebro. O sea, tienes restricciones como médico cirujano. El médico cirujano no puede hacer por sí solo necropsias porque necesitas tener un documento que te avale hacer autopsias. Y en este caso, por eso nuevamente menciono responsabilidades compartidas. El médico que debió de haber hecho la necropsia debió de ser un médico cirujano con especialidad en medicina forense. Y en este caso no lo tiene. No tiene especialidad.
The person who should have done Shanquella's autopsy needed to be somebody in forensic medicine, specialized in that. The person that did the autopsy is not, even though he signs himself to be that. But the law, which he read to us, right, in one of the articles, and I can ask him to email us maybe that article so we're very clear. outlines that you need specific type of training in order for you to do an autopsy on anyone, especially forensic, which the doctor that performed it is not. ¿Usted cree que pueda mandar el artículo donde tiene la ley escrita allí?
Sí, sí.
¿Se lo puede mandar a la señorita en correo electrónico?
Sí, por
He
supuesto.
will email you the article in email.
Ahora, esto es solamente del médico. Hay otras áreas que tuvieron intervención, como por ejemplo el criminalista, los criminalistas, que son los investigadores criminales. No puede cualquier persona procesar el lugar de los hechos, recolectar evidencia, manejar la cadena de custodia, hacer dictámenes del lugar de los hechos, posición víctima-victimario, todo ese tipo de cosas. Tiene que ser una persona idónea, tiene que también tener estudios de posgrado en materia de criminalística. No cualquier persona lo hace. Y en México, muchas veces, los que procesan el lugar de los hechos no son tampoco criminalistas. Entonces, es un problema.
Será, ok, déjame preguntarle una cosa. So déjame decirle, he's telling us that even the people that were securing the scene aren't necessarily criminals. They could have just been officials, first responders, but that you need additional training when it became to securing the scene. Now, my question, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to ask him, is, well, if they approach this by alcohol poisoning, could it be that they just sent anybody out there to address the scene? Será, ok, vamos a decir, no tenían la experiencia, ¿verdad? ¿Cómo se dice? ¿Criminalistas?
Criminalística.
Ok, pero será, tal vez, estoy pensando, ¿verdad? De que la razón que no lo hicieron fue porque dijeron, bueno, pues esta muchacha se murió de alcohol. No miraron todo como que pasó como en un crimen, inicialmente.
Porque posiblemente existió una contaminación de información. Yo considero que hay una contaminación de la información que recibió la policía y recibieron los criminalistas. Por eso era importante saber el que se investigue, incluso en la actualidad, el antes de la muerte y el después, porque posiblemente cuando llega la policía y hay una doctora y le dice, no, es que fíjate que está ebria, y esta muchacha murió por ebriedad porque tomó mucho y tal vez los amigos o los compañeros de Shakira le dijeron a la policía, o sea, se dejaron influenciar en relación a ella tomó mucho, se tomó una botella de alcohol, tal vez utilizaba drogas, tal vez ella era muy agresiva. Existió contaminación de información y la policía se dejó posiblemente convencer de dicha información. El investigador criminal o el policía tiene que estar alejado completamente de lo que digan los testigos, porque en muchas ocasiones se ha comprobado que los testigos son los responsables de los hechos, como en este caso. ¿Y qué vas a decir? Vas a decir mentiras. Vas a mentir, vas a tratar de tapar la información, cambiar la información. Muchas veces incluso el condicionador del delito regresa al lugar de los hechos. Aquí se quedaron en el lugar de los hechos, pero el testigo, ¿qué va a decir? Lo que a él le conviene. Entonces, tú tomas un testigo como policía, pero solamente tomas la información y con posterioridad la estudias. Y yo creo que en este caso se contaminaron de la información y le dieron credibilidad a la información. Y eso lo que hizo es confundir a las autoridades para que se investigara el caso de una manera más adecuada, más certera, más directa. Y por eso ha pasado lo que ha pasado en este y en muchos casos. Este no es un caso aislado. Este es un caso frecuente de todos los días en México.
he says, you know, this is not an isolated incident as pertains to Mexico, right? Where people that are investigating a crime scene, they allow themselves to be tainted by the information that's being given. And, you know, he says in a crime scene, typically you're able to isolate and you know kind of what's going on. But in this specific situation, you know, they didn't treat it as such because there was just so much conflicting information. And it was just one of those incidents where, you know, the contamination of information happened. And he keeps hounding in the level of responsibility. It's not just within this group, right? He stretches, this is why he says, I stretch it over to even the person that performed the autopsy report, who wasn't supposed to, right? And so he's going and he's saying that even from the time that it's approaching, this is something that happens frequently, that they are tainted by what they are told, and so there's a tainting of the information, and so that's why he feels like, well, a lot of this was not approached by, say, like the crime, because they were taken by whatever these 6 people had said. Dani,
Okay. I have a question.
Yes.
Although the doctor who performed the autopsy did not have the qualifications to perform an autopsy, does that doctor still have enough education and qualifications to determine if someone has suffered from atlas luxation? Also, to perform a toxicology on victims, they still have enough credentials and qualifications to determine atlas luxation, like to diagnose that, as well as to do a toxicology. Just confirming that, yes or no.
En su opinión, y es una pregunta de sí y sí no, aunque el doctor no tenía el estudio para hacer la necropsia o la autopsia, como se le dice acá en los Estados Unidos, y para dar esa determinación de cómo se murió, tal vez, y también en adicional, con la, ¿cómo se dice? Cuando checan la sangre.
Estudios toxicológicos.
Toxicológicos, gracias. ¿Tiene el doctor René, la calificación para aunque sea suficiente estudio para poder hacer eso, o no se debería de permitir?
Sí, para la obtención de la sangre, sí.
So for toxicology, yes. Pero para decir cómo murió esta muchacha, ¿tiene suficiente estudio el señor René para dar detalles de cómo murió o hacer ese tipo de estudio?
Posiblemente tenga experiencia, pero no es lo mismo tener experiencia a tener acreditación.
Perfect. Let me say this. He says, it's likely that he probably has experience, but he's not accredited to do that.
Okay.
To give that way in which she died.
Okay, so that's basically that portion, and I followed up because I already knew that would be a question. Even though he doesn't have like the credentials, according to Dr. Valero, right? He still has the experience because he's a surgeon to be able to make that that says atlas luxation or diagnose that as the cause of death is atlas luxation. Again, he has been a surgeon since 1980, so he definitely has experience and knowledge and expertise to be able to make that call. In the United States, a lot of times doctors are able to be medical examiners, so you don't actually have to be a forensic medical examiner. However, Dr. Valero is saying that in Mexico, according to him, that you have to have additional training outside of just being a surgeon to be a forensic doctor. And on the death certificate, he's saying that Renee Osagura, Dr. Renee Galvin Osagura, should not have listed himself or should not be classified as a forensic doctor, which is on line 37. It says forensic doctor. So that's what he's calling into question, is that it says forensic doctor on line 37. He's saying that Renee A. Galvin Osagura, that surgeon on line 38, does not have the credentials or extra training outside of being a surgeon, watch my morning live, to be labeled or classified or say his occupation is a forensic doctor, based on an article that he hasn't sent me the article, okay, but he read some law. So that's pretty much it for today. The first update was just saying that I finally found a number to reach Mavi Graciano or Mavi Jordan. On Facebook, she goes by Mavi Jordan. I have a phone number to reach her at now. So hopefully she will return my call or check her messenger and respond to that. So she can give some information. If not, then we can all just try to call her job or do next steps. What's next? Oh yeah. And then the second update was just playing Dr. Valero's response to the death certificate about Dr. Renee Galvin Osagura and his classified status on the death certificate as a forensic doctor. And he's saying that he has not, he doesn't have the credentials and accolades to label himself as a forensic doctor. And he was not supposed to do the autopsy without additional training. However, he has the experience since 1980 to do such things, but he's saying he's not accredited to do such things. I hope that's clear. So on my morning live, I mentioned, based on Gerardo Zuniga just now submitting photographs, in my opinion, that should have been already submitted at the onset, at the beginning of this investigation, to the state attorney, Daniel De La Rosa Anaya of California, sir, Los Cabos. Those pictures should have already been in evidence, right? But they were not. So I think that the investigation in Mexico was botched and not handled correctly, and that the FBI has to start from scratch and pretty much make a case, a solid, strong case that will actually nail Dejanay, especially she's like the number one person we want, right? In order to nail the coffin, they need to actually build a strong case, and that's why it's taken so long, in my opinion, to get justice for SHANQUELLA. Because from day one, when they started investigating in Mexico, they did not handle it properly. So the FBI has to pick up the slack because Mexico dropped the ball. They dropped the ball on a number of things. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and read the comments, and then that will be it for this live. If I forgot to mention something, let me know, but that was pretty much the two updates and clarifications. And as I said before, justice is coming, but I'm just clarifying or giving my opinion on why I think it's taking longer than expected. Is because the FBI has to pick up the slack, and they have to tie the loose ends, dot all their I's and cross all their T's, and they have to build everything from ground up, from scratch. Because Mexico failed to do so. Why is this popping up? And I will be giving out the new information from Mavi once I see her next move. I will give that contact information for anyone else who wants to call. We will see what we will do next for Mavi, because she's one of the paramedics. And as we see, they do have training for at least a year as an EMT, and some are paid and some are not. Okay, so let's go to comments. So, hey, Bella. So she heard what you said. She's just capping. So y'all think that she was hearing me, but pretending like she, like, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? So y'all think that. Okay, Happy New Year to all coming in the chat. Yes, Happy New Year. Bella, I was thinking the same thing. So you think the same thing, that she was hearing me. Anisha thinks that it's just a language barrier. I actually do think that it was a connection issue because she was answering questions, but you never know. Okay, please hit that like button and on your way into the chat. Well, we're about to leave, so hit the like button on the way out. She's speaking English. Yes, she is. Good job, Dani. Thanks, girl. Thanks. Like button hit. Love what Dani is doing for justice. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Shakina. Okay. Yes, that's how you join my membership. I already said thank you to D Rusher for supporting the channel. Okay. Hey, saves the world. And I wish they would hurry up. I know it's a process, but dang, here, girl, now that, trust me, more I talk to different people and look into things, the more I see why. It's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot of things they have to do to make a solid case. You don't never want to arrest someone and you don't have enough evidence or sufficient evidence, or you don't have all your I's dotted and T's crossed. So I'd rather a slow process and good evidence than rush and it's messed up. There's a case that someone sent me of a young teenager getting shot, right? And apparently they arrested the white guy or something like that, and then now they set him free. And I'm like, I have to look into that, but my plate is kind of full right now. But I'm like, are you serious? They arrested somebody and now they set them free? Say what? So yeah, I am interested in that, definitely. Like, what did a teenage boy do to be shot and then they arrested the person and then they set them free? And they're white? I'm definitely going to look, but I do have a full plate at the same time. So, okay, me too. I will go to the first one after this one. Yes, make sure you go watch my videos in order because it's like a sequence in chronological order, and I build off of each video. So if you missed the morning live, you might be lost on this one. And if you missed the other live from like 2 days ago, you're lost on who Mavi is. And trust me, it's like names keep getting added, new names, new phone numbers, new information. There's a lot of moving parts. Hey everyone, don't forget to hit the like button. You hit that like button. Yes, thank you, Rabbit, for being my translator. And that definitely came in handy. And that was a lot of work. That interview was like 4 hours long. I kid you not. So thank you, Rabbit. I made it for that one. Hi, Patience. Hi. I see your comments. Nothing's wrong. I see your comments. We all have our days. Okay. Yes, keep Haggett. I'm already tired. Y'all already know I was on here early and now I'm on here now. Okay, say her name, SHANQUELLA Robinson, on all social media. Use the hashtag Justice for SHANQUELLA. Use all of these hashtags. Thanks, Fun Reborn. Okay. Hey, Andrea. Hey, Arna Trez. And not, like I said, y'all don't take away from this in the because in the United States, a lot of medical examiners and coroners are doctors. Okay. And then some take additional training to be a forensic, or should I say not forensic, medical examiner. And sometimes people get some things like these titles like coroner, medical examiner, forensic doctor, forensic medical examiner. There are so many different titles, and in different states and different places, jurisdictions, it might be a different role played. A different description or job title or different requirements. Some states require you to be a doctor and have like forensic classes or courses, and some don't. Okay, so they are in North Carolina, right? That's where SHANQUELLA is from, and a lot of the Cabo Six. and then some too are from Connecticut. But let's see. Please hit that like button on your way into the chat. Thank you. Yes, make sure you hit that like button. Okay. No, it's because of her race. Let's be real about it. Yes, I mentioned that in the interview I did. Was it part 2 or 3? I mentioned that it's race. We all know that. We all know that race always plays a part, and other people might not be aware, but as Black people, we already know race comes into play all the time, even as microaggressions in everyday life. It's always playing a role because of systemic racism. I covered that in interview part 2. People will say, oh, it doesn't, but we all know it does. We all know. Okay. This is why the LPI has to wait to get accurate info. Yes, exactly. I think that they realized that it was botched and not handled correctly. So now they have to build a strong case. Yes, the report was based on the lies. Good thing for the autopsy. Exactly. Exactly. And that's why I said we cannot discount. This is Dr. Valero, his statement, his opinion, his knowledge of how things works in Mexico. Okay. We still cannot discount that Dr. Renee Galvin has a lot of credentials that are good and okay in the United States. In the United States, his since 1980 being a surgeon will definitely allow him to be a medical examiner. And he also, I forgot to show or say, do I have it? But I have a link under my last video. He also was a professor and he taught forensic classes. So he also was professor. I think it was like 2012-ish. He was a professor. I found like a student paper and they had him as a professor of some forensic classes. So he actually taught forensics and as a professor. So this person has experience. And like I said, what happens if that database hasn't updated with all his requirements? Or what happens if 1980? Oh, I did ask that question. I said, what happens in 1980? In 1980, did they have to have the same requirements of having that additional training? And he said, yes, that they still, in 1980, they still had to have the additional training to do autopsies. That's what he said. This is based on Dr. Valero, his expertise, his opinion. I have not deep dive into my own investigation of how Mexico works. Okay, so I'm just going by what he states. That's why I said his opinion, and I play his video clip. When I have time, I will deep dive into it myself to see if there is contradictory information. Okay. Okay. So, but yeah, he's still a surgeon. Now, that's good. He's still a surgeon. He's an expert. He knows about atlas luxation. He knows how to perform surgeries. This guy is qualified, but he doesn't have. He's qualified to know what atlas luxation is, internal decapitation, to diagnose it. However, according to Dr. Valero, he does not have the credentials or accreditation to make that call. So he's basically saying experience does not mean accreditation. Okay, so he's experienced, but he doesn't have the accreditation for it. So I hope that's clear. But a lot of us know, like a lot of times you can have a lot of experience. You can know way more than somebody that has the credentials. But on paper, sometimes is what matters. So how will that stand in court? And would it depend on jurisdiction? Because in the United States, he will actually be way qualified in some states. But if in Mexico it's different and he has to have that additional training, then what? So we'll see how things go. A few more comments. Does that invalidate it? I pretty much just answered that question. I just answered that question. We'll see how things go. This is why the FBI and the U.S. government should take over this case, and I think they are. They said that they are doing their own separate investigation. So yeah. I don't think it invalidates because, as I said in the interview, I said he's still experienced enough to diagnose or perform those tests or have the experience, and he said yes. However, he doesn't have the accreditation. Okay, so he knows that guy has been a surgeon since 1980. He knows what atlas luxation is. He knows what was wrong with SHANQUELLA. He knows the cause of death. He has experience. However, on paper and on a database, I guess Dr. Valero and I looked. We didn't see any extra credentials to give him that label, as Dr. Valero said. So yes, it's true that she had atlas luxation because Renee is from 1980s, has been a surgeon, and he knows the body anatomy. To be a surgeon, you have to know these things. Okay. And in the United States, he will be fine. But according to Valero, I'm going on his statement that he has to have additional accreditation or credentials. Okay. So I don't think it invalidates at all. But could a criminal defense attorney or lawyer poke a hole in it based on Mexico laws? And then in the United States, I'm sure it will probably stand and hold, right? So I don't know. I just give the information and y'all take it how you want to take it. I have no faith that the Mexican authorities at this junction, I believe they have botched this investigation. I do too. And that's why my title this morning was why I think it's taking so long. It's because they have to start from scratch. Yes, he has the experience, but do they have actual forensic people? Yeah, that was what Dr. Valero said. Experience does not equate to accreditation. So I can have years and years of experience, but if I don't have on paper that I'm XYZ classified or occupation or status or have this license, then what? There's some people that can do a lot, like do hair. They can do hair better than somebody with a cosmetology license. Like they can slay your hair, right? And do your hair like, ooh. But then that person they're not a cosmetologist. They never went to school for cosmetology, right? But that person can still do hair better than the people that went to school. And some people, oh Lord, they went to school and they need to have a seat. They need to have a seat because they cannot do no hair. Oh, I don't know how they pass, but I pass on what they be doing, child. Okay, let me read some more comments. Okay, wow. So the whole crew, and their hair don't even be done. Like, child, don't touch my hair. Your hair looking like that, child. Okay, so wow. So the whole crew wasn't certified to do anything. This is going to get thrown out. Watch. No, it's not. Patience. It's not. No. Okay. Oh yeah. Let me clarify that. What he said about the police, he did not look into the police. He said it was like a hypothetical. It was like sometimes he said it in some cases. He didn't say that he didn't look into the police. So let me clarify that. Because Rabbit translated, but some things he said, because he talked a lot. He talks a lot. So go back and listen and read what he said, okay? He did not look into the police officers, their backgrounds and see their qualifications or credentials. He said that sometimes they send people to the scene who are not qualified, just like they will have somebody perform an autopsy that isn't qualified. He did not look into the police. So don't think that, oh, the police ain't qualified either. No, he didn't look into them. Or he didn't look into anybody besides the doctors. And that's the website that he showed me, right? And I showed y'all I looked into. If I can find the one for police officers and paramedics, I'll let y'all know. Okay, so it's only about the doctors. Dr. Carolina is who I looked up on the professional database. Dr. Renee, and I even looked up Dr. Valero, the one that I just showed. He does have his credentials. I showed y'all all three. Dr. Valero is the one I interviewed just as expert opinion. Dr. Carolina is the one that came, and Dr. Kevorkian that didn't fulfill her ethical duties as a doctor to get her help. And then Dr. Renee Galvin is the one that did the autopsy. Those 3 are the only people we looked into their professional license, okay? Not the police. So let me clarify that. I have not found the police officer that he's probably going to be like next on my list. Right now I'm working on Mavi, the paramedic. And then after that, I will work on a police officer. And maybe I won't mess with police officer. Okay, thank you for our great update. You're welcome. Okay, so please support Dani in the channel. Yes, that's how you can support my channel. Okay, Mexico did not conduct a thorough investigation because they are used to getting away with unsubstantiated reports. You know, like just different things. I just feel like it is a lot of people just wanting to protect their name, protect their brand, protect their image, protect their pockets, their bottom line. Cabo Villas, everybody. And I'm sure, like I said, Cabo Villas took down their website again after they just rebranded. So they're going to change their villa name again. They might as well just wait until everything is over, because as soon as I find out what the new name is, I'm going to post it. So what's the point of keep changing it right now? I guess they're trying to sell it. So then they keep changing the name. Most surgeons have enough credentials to determine a broken neck, axial axis luxation. As a former dental assistant for many years, anatomy is essential. However, many in the office can view x-rays. Yes, exactly. So that's why I stated that in the interview. I confirmed and clarified that even though he does not, because I didn't know Valero was even looked into Dr. Renee Galvin. Okay, that's why I clarified that even though he does not have those accreditation, he doesn't have the accreditation, and that he didn't take those additional courses and studies, that he still has the qualifications or experience to determine atlux luxation. And then he said yes, but he's just not accredited. So I did confirm that. So yes, it is that true that based on a surgeon from 1980, he has years of experience. She did die from cause of death atlux luxation. She did have the decapitated she was internal decapitation, so internally decapitated. Okay, so she does have that, and a surgeon from 1980 said that. So I didn't take that away from him at all. However, we have to acknowledge the fact that Dr. Valero said that he looked into him and he said that he's not, based on his death certificate, a forensic doctor. So would that actually come up later from other experts might bring that into question? The FBI might notice that. Other people might notice that. We might not, like, oh, well, he's still a surgeon, but you already know how things work in court. They pick apart everything gets picked apart so they can poke holes and find loopholes to get somebody off, right? It is frustrating, though. Definitely is. Dani, your updates are much appreciated. Keep up the great work. Definitely. Do you think the FBI is truly working on this case, so afraid of it getting cold, desperately want it to be a priority? Yes, I do. There was, I think it's a combination of the local police and FBI working on it. Yes, I do think they're working on it. And remember, I had just, when Gerardo, he has a live tomorrow. I wonder what he's going to post. But anywho, remember when Gerardo posted that picture and said it was SHANQUELLA, I sent it to the FBI and they immediately responded when I said, did you see these pictures of SHANQUELLA? And I forgot to send an attachment. They responded immediately. If they had just left the email after I said that and they just left it cold, I would be like, okay, you ain't trying to check and see what I got, right? But they responded immediately. I have to look and see the time frame. So that tells me that they were like really like on top of it, like, oh, let me see what she's talking about. Amazing research work, Dani. Thank you. Yes, also the homeless man killed by the woman. They gave her probation. I heard something about something similar, but okay. Wait. Yeah, this is my playlist. Make sure you catch up on the videos, because a lot of people come to my comments and they give suggestions or they ask questions, and a lot of the questions have already been answered in videos. and a lot of the suggestions have already been tried. For instance, someone said, contact Elise, the nursing board for Elise. I already contacted the nursing board, and they said that they don't cover CNA, certified nursing assistants. I would have to contact their employer to get them fired. And I was thinking the nursing board too. So that's a great suggestion, but I already had spent a lot of time on the phone trying to talk to the nursing board, and it's in a video. So to be honest, I forgot which one because I gave an update. But yeah, so catch up on a playlist because a lot of questions and things have already been tried. Okay, thank you, Dani, for everything you do. Have a blessed rest of your day. Yes, to everyone else. Now, my next live is going to be for my the Avengers, like a review of 2022. So that's going to be more a fun live for this my Avenger channel people that has been here and want a year in review. He shot a 13-year-old in the back 15 times. 15 times? Oh, hell no. I'm going to like eat my dinner, and then I'll probably try to see what that's all about. But my plate is so full, but I'm definitely already not liking what I've been hearing with that case at all. Yes, hashtag justice for SHANQUELLA. Okay, got it. Dani. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me read a few more comments. Teresa, if the state let him free, it's likely the feds will charge him. At least they better. Yeah, I heard there's something in some level of court that they sometimes let people off, but then they can indict them in another court. Something. Like I said, I haven't caught up on that. I just heard like one video, and it's like a 2-minute video. Okay, race is definitely playing a part in this. Yes, we can never discount or take away that race doesn't play a role. Okay, if Mexican law says he needs to have credentials, the U.S. will not take it. Now, Dr. Valero is the expert, and that's his statement opinion. But with everything, I still like to look into it also myself. So I'm still going to look into it more myself to see if because sometimes there are exceptions to certain things. So I'm definitely going to look into it more myself as well. And partly because I'm hoping that it's more hope to that. Good example, Dani, with the cosmetology license. Yes, that's definitely a good example, girl. Yes, the U.S. will need to charge this. It's an American killing American with other Americans involved. The FBI won't accept that in court if it violates Mexican law because they could lose. I hope not. Yeah, that's why I was kind of like, oh, that's why I didn't really want to play this video at first. But now that I see Gerardo posting pictures that should have already been submitted into evidence a long time ago, I'm like, oh, Lord, let me go ahead and put this out along with my opinion on that. My cousin, but her mother was licensed. Yeah, there's a lot of people like that. That's exactly how my father lost his job a while back. He had years of experience, but no degree, and a new hire had no experience with a degree, and he lost a job. So that makes me nervous. Yeah, okay. We have to keep in mind that it can go different ways. And what happens if the database isn't updated, like with his new credentials or information? Maybe it's a glitch or a database error. And also, he also was a professor that taught forensics, right? In 2012. I actually posted a link on my last video. I don't have it with me. Yes, they pick it. The FBI will likely conduct their own autopsy. Too much at stake here. Yeah, I said the FBI has to probably do everything from scratch, and that's what's taking so long. People are like, what's taking so long? Now, the video is sufficient evidence, and a lot of medical examiners, even Dr. Valero, said that that video can prove atlas luxation. I asked him that question, right? However, is it 100% confirmed a way they can say that definitely caused atlas luxation? Because in the video, it doesn't actually show her like deceased, right? So in that case, the most likely charge would be like maybe assault and battery and not murder, but they can collect a lot more evidence and get more evidence of everything, then they could probably do murder, a homicide, or like manslaughter at least, right? So I just think that they need like a lot more evidence, as much as they can get, before they arrest somebody. And definitely don't extradite. Don't extradite until you make sure that Mexico has a strong case, because they have a lot of femicide cases in Mexico that the person walks free. I forgot the stats on it, but the stats are not good for their femicide cases. A lot of people get acquitted. Yes, Danny, I already said that. What family friend wasn't retired? I wish the family friend wasn't retired from the FBI. I would be asking questions knowing she wouldn't give me answers. Oh, somebody you know? Okay. Yes, yeah, goodbye, y'all. Hit the like button on your way out. Says where I'm catch up on the playlist tonight. Yes, catch up on the playlist. I put it on my community tab, so catch up on that. I called Gerardo Zuniga and questioned him regarding the authenticity of the stage photos. He hung up on me. I don't know how I feel about the photos. I don't know how I feel about the photos, to be honest, because, like I said, go watch my other video and I responded to it, because the doctor looks like the doctor to me, and then the room does look like the village room, and then the paramedics, that one looks like Mavi with the tats and then the glass on top of her head. So if this information matches the unofficial police report, but he put that out too. However, SHANQUELLA, that body on the floor does not look like SHANQUELLA at all. The size, the body frame, the ankles, the everything. Nothing looks like that. Don't look like her. So that's why I question the photo myself. The photo don't look like SHANQUELLA, but other things look right. It's weird. Yeah, go out and come back in. You're welcome, and thank y'all for helping as well. Okay, yeah, keep on signing and sharing the petition. Yeah, I got to get out of here. So have I caught up yet? Let's see. Okay, glad you got it fixed. Okay, yay, I'm caught up. Oh my gosh. Thank y'all for leaving all these comments. I'm finally caught up. So y'all have a great day. Hit the like button on your way out. And like I said, my next video is going to be for my, y'all already know, I'm going to do a year in review of all my favorite moments, funniest moments, man, 2022, y'all. Woo, child, that year was crazy. So y'all know we have some hilarious moments to catch up on. Year in review. Some people are gonna be so mad about it, but be big mad. But anywho, yeah, someone you know. The body swollen from the internal damages. Yeah. But no face, no case. There's no face, so she's unrecognizable. And when someone's unrecognizable due to a lot of swelling, the body extending, then we have to have a face, because nobody, including the family, could actually recognize somebody that the body looks way different from their normal body. Right? Happy New Year to you as well, and greetings. Welcome to my channel. Okay. Goodbye, Avengers, and thank you for joining Dani today. Please hit that like button. Yeah, at least y'all can do is hit the like button. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. And thank you for Replay Crew. Bye, Patience. Bye, everybody. Oh, yeah, I already know you're ready, Blind. I already know you're ready. Ciao. Some people are going to be so mad with that video, because they're going to have flashbacks and memories of being espoused. Ooh. Yeah, hit that like button. Oh, y'all getting feisty in this channel. All right, y'all. Bye. I gotta go. All right, now, y'all. Don't argue in the chat. Okay, let's see. All right, bye, y'all. But I wonder what he gonna put out tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna be there, front row and center. Oh yeah, see what he up to. I'll let y'all know if he posts anything on Patreon, because as of now, he still ain't post nothing that y'all ain't seen on YouTube. And with that, I'm out. Yeah.